Hello everyone, welcome to week 2. So week 1 is done. There's a few of you who've joined the class a little bit later, so welcome to them. I know they might be catching up on a few things, but it's totally doable. So know that, don't get frustrated or think, oh no, I started a little bit later. It's completely doable. So let's get an insight into what week 2 is all about, and it really is getting into leadership theories. In essence, I'm going to say it's naming what maybe you already do into a theory or placing it into a theory, or seeing what other leaders do and going, oh, that connects with that theory. That's the approach or application that they're trying to do. So know that it's a week of theory, getting to be able to then reflect upon it with your leaders and maybe what you do as a leader inside the classroom, with fellow teachers, wherever you take a leadership role as well. So week 2, if you look at the topics, it's that leadership theories, servant leadership, transformational leadership, transactional leadership, distributive leadership, and synergetic leadership. I won't go through the learning outcomes. You're always able to read those on your own. But I just want to point out here this instructor overview. That's the video that you're watching right now. It'll be linked here or in an announcement depending on how you clicked on it. But that'll be that access point. Every week that we do not have a live session, you will see that there should be a video placed up here by Monday for you, so that way you can get a view into the week. So let's talk about the reading for the week. So from green, again, that practicing the art of leadership, I'm going to keep calling them green, you're going to read chapters 3, which is the theories and approaches to leadership. So for some of you who maybe just got the textbook, put it in your head right now, chapters 1, 2, and 3 is what we should have read by this process of the end of this week. But no, you can flex a little bit, but chapter 3 will really help you when I talk about an assignment that is due. So please weigh out where you are in your reading. And then I have 2 different articles for you to read. One is Clarkin's Developing Spiritual Potentialities, Principles, and Practices for Leadership. Again, the benefit of coming to a Christian-based private university is just that reflection on your walk and looking at how Christ and God within the Bible gave some connections to us about how to lead and the principles to lead. And then Anderson's going to talk a little bit about servant leadership. Hopefully you're seeing that modeled, but if not, know it's an aspect that you want to definitely bring in as a leader as well. It's a blend. I know sometimes people think a leader who's a servant is maybe doing the work of those that are under or below them is belittling, but no, I think that's sometimes the act of a leader. Maybe I'm on my soapbox right now, but you do want to be that servant, but you don't want to be walked over. Understand the difference between being a servant leader and being a pushover. You want to hold a line or a ground to a belief or a view that you have. So you'll read more about that within the readings here. So there is a learning module for this week, and that is your leadership theories. So that reminder, it's about a 25 to 30 minute process to go through that module, and I'll give you more insight into the theories as well. So if you're still waiting for your textbooks, definitely give this a view. If you're not waiting for your textbooks, hey, read the chapter 3 and do your learning module as well. So week 2 has a discussion board for it. I brought it up in the live session, but I'm going to try and click onto it now to open it up. It is a great discussion board on the balance of a gender leadership and looking at gender differences in leadership. So Sheryl Sandberg is a high executive within Facebook, and she did a tech talk, again, titled Gender Differences in Leadership. So I'm going to ask that you view that video. She's got 3 key points to bring up and looking at specifically women as leaders and understanding how they should be leaders in 3 different ways that they should be, I don't want to use the word exerting themselves, but understanding this is who they should be and don't let anyone else focus it differently. So just a little preview there. I'll let you watch her video. And then again, you're going to reply with what are some of the points that Sheryl Sandberg makes about gender differences in leadership. Do you see any of these in your work or home life? And what are some strategies to prevent these from occurring? This could speak profoundly to some of you females within our class, maybe connections you see or struggles that you face. Please know the discussion board is a safe place. Gentlemen, you might seeing it by a female who's maybe not gotten into a leadership position. So just giving some reflection there. And when we all become leaders, I think one of the biggest things is understanding bringing all individuals to a table to lead. So you're going to get more into that, but please give that initial post by, again, Thursday night at 11:59. A reminder for you, your initial post should be about 250 words with a citation. So something from the reading, maybe you're citing something from the video. You will have to use your APA resources to understand how to list them below as a reference, but citing it within your conversation. So by all means, email me if you have questions, but that is the discussion board for the week. I'm going back to week two's weekly overview. So we know that we have a discussion board. Something to look ahead is the CITI training. That is training again to give you an understanding of how you work with subjects, human subjects in our case, whether you're interviewing them, taking data on them, building for your action research or your a thesis, some might call it, but you're into the capstone experience for Concordia. So they're having you start off and understanding how we should interact with each other. So if you click on that, it will take you to the directions. Please follow those directions. One of the things I'd like to point out is it's new for Concordia, so you definitely want to follow those directions. We used a different process even last course, but something expired with it, so we had to renew with another organization or institution. You will have the option to choose either like a biomedical or a social, emotional, behavioral. I'm going to suggest the social, emotional, behavioral, but you can definitely do the biomedical with human subjects. Please know that there will be medical conversation, so you could be hearing about lab rats, lab animals, but just keep it in your wheelhouse that you're really focusing on interacting with humans, whether they're the adults or students, as we go through. So that is due by the end of week 3. Ultimately, what you need to do is complete the course on your own, take a screenshot, so that it's that print alt screen if you're on your laptop, or you can take a picture with your cell phone of the certificate of completion, and then you're going to upload that as an attached file into Blackboard's under assignment 3 to say you've completed. So now I want to get into assignment number 1, the library orientation. I've updated the line here, so know that this is not due this week. Originally it was supposed to be due, but our library orientation has not been scheduled till week 4 on Monday, November the 5th at 7 p.m. There's only one time scheduled for this, so I would strongly suggest that you make it to it, because it is you're attending as part of the assignment. They do not record this presentation, so please know that you'll want to attend, so please work your schedules accordingly. Communicate with me if that is too much of a challenge. So you'll attend, take a print screen or a picture of the screen proving that you were there in attendance, and then the other side of it is you'll read in the descriptor, needing to do a lookup of an article and key points of the article, as well as the link to the article. But that is not due now until the end of week 5. So know that we've got some time. So the big thing that is due this upcoming week by Sunday, October 28th, is the movie analysis paper. So I'm going to go over here just in so you can see it, where it says submit assignments. I'm going to enter in that way. And you're going to see assignment number 1. I've already updated the dates there as well. But we're going to go into your movie analysis. That reminder again, and I always leave mine blank for this reason, but just add the Adobe Flash Player, and then you'll get a play button to be able to watch the Patton movie clip, and then you've got the Chamberlain movie clip below. So with that, I would strongly suggest clicking here where it says access directions for the rubric, and your movie analysis rubric and descriptor should come up. You're going to watch the 2 video clips, again, the leadership, looking specifically for the leadership style of General Patton, and then the leadership style of Colonel Lawrence Chamberlain. Patton's from the Patton movie, Chamberlain is from the Gettysburg movie. So you'll be able to see both those movies, again, about 17 minutes each, even though those times say differently. So I want you to analyze Patton's transactional leadership skills how he's a leader, and then you're going to look at Chamberlain's leadership role as transformational. And then you're going to create a 3 to 4 page paper. Reminder for you here, I'm just going to click over, go into your APA resources, click on that writing template for formatting. This is how you want to format this paper. Know when we say 3 to 4 pages, that's 3 to 4 pages of content. This page number 1 is a title page, does not count. You will have to form it for APA purposes, but know that it really is starting here where we get into the content that it's 3 to 4 pages. So now I'm clicking back over to the descriptor. Identify the leadership style depicted in each of the video clips. Hint, hint, hint. One will be about transactional, one will be about transformational. I've already sort of mentioned it, but you'll see it again in the movie clips. Give evidence from what you viewed in those movie clips. And then you can read all these. But one thing I'm going to highlight here is make relevant application of these strengths in your leadership today inside the classroom. So you're going to be reflective on transactional and transformational leadership and how you lead in the classroom with some of those aspects as well. So you'll get more information from your reading, from watching these videos, but this particular line right here, make relevant the applications of these strengths in your leadership in the classroom is sometimes missed. So if you want to look at how I'm grading, again, paper describes both leadership styles and clearly compares and contrasts. The two paper describes both leadership styles and clearly compares and contrasts the two styles. So, sorry, it was a repeat, but I want to be able to show you. That's one section. Here's the other section. So your paper can either flow like a narrative all the way through, or you can break it up with headings. That reminder again here is examples of headings where level 1 headings would fit, level 2 headings. You really would type over those if you wanted to say transformational leadership. The next section on transactional. You'll make that decision as a writer, but please know that that is there as a reference to remind you. You don't have to have headers, but sometimes if you can't see a clear transition between one paragraph to another, header breakups might help that as well. So that is what is due for week number 2. That is your movie analysis paper. So in a nutshell, that's the week. I might be reaching out to some of you during this week on Tuesday night just to check in. If you see this video and you're like, hey, Will, you don't need to check in with me, you're able to email me and let me know. But otherwise, know that you might get a phone call from 949-232-2615, my cell phone number, just for a check-in. I hope that you have a great week. Again, if there are any questions, please call, please email, or text me letting me know who you are in the text, and I will try and get back to you as quickly as possible. Have a great week. God bless.